empathy and virtue. They are the farthest thing from empathy and virtue. They are getting other people killed so they can feel good about themselves. Makes me so fucking annoyed. My pet lion ate my arm. Feel bad for me? Yeah, exactly. Like, I let a venomous snake out in my house, and I thought it would be okay, and then it bit me. And now I'm like fucked up. Well, that's what you get. You shouldn't have done it. How do you kids get appropriate antidepressants? Don't get me wrong, the parents 100% wrong, but shouldn't these professionals have understood? No, they shouldn't understand, because the problem is that a lot of parents, whenever they don't get the correct medication for their kid, they just go to another doctor until one of them gives it to them, right?
Yep.
Now, I'm not saying the doctor has no accountability here, but like, here's really the difference, right? So, right? This is just my opinion. Number one, maybe I need to, is the bully stuff. Number two, parent. Number three is going to be medical professionals. Step on this block. Number four is going to be school, and then I can and other types of oversight. So I'll make a bridge, and now I can like school, anything else, teachers, etc. Right? And then I finally get down to the kids that did the shooting. That is my tier list. So he's all the way down here at number 5. Like all of these other groups of people, I think are way more at fault than he is. Like because they're the adults, they're the professionals, they're the ones that need to be responsible. Oh right, sorry, no, sorry, I forgot. Okay. So there's a chaser monster here. There's a statue over there. Okay, alright, we're good. So there, I'm sorry, now it's accurate, okay guys? There's a button. So there's a button on the left-hand side of the screen. Perfect, exactly. Sorry about what happened to the police? No, they let it happen. They let it happen. How would the police know this was going to happen before everyone else, like the mom and doctor? That's probably what the chaser monster. Do you think that Palantir could have detected that this person was a risk? Do you think they could? So how do I do that? So maybe in Canada? Do we have that in Canada? If you don't, why not? Wait for the monster to come here. Ask that. If they're not using a tool like this in order to predict whether somebody is going to be a bad actor, why not? Think about that. So if they could, and the thing is that, a good point, maybe you should always look at trying to have preventive, like, if you see somebody, like, here's a great example, right? If the cop sees a guy, and he's outside the liquor store, and he's got a fucking guy, he's walking back and forth, and he's like pumping himself up to go inside the liquor store, the cop should just go and arrest him before he goes in the store, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nothing happens, and the problem's over. Do you really think that doesn't manifest in a similar way on the internet? No, of course not. Of course it doesn't. A good point, maybe we should. Yes, you need to get ahead of these people, and you need to be on top of this. So I'm going to read her comments on this, okay? You're going to see what this is what the parents said. And Max is a conservative-leaning libertarian who lives in the north and loves living in a small town. I really hope I see the hate online is just bored old people and not true self-hatred. Do better and educate yourself before spewing online bullshit. It makes you look dumb. Evolve. Well, that's not going to happen for her. And I normally don't say anything, and I normally don't go on Facebook to see keyboard warriors, and I know I can't control everything. Whereas this year, we don't have to bring our kids up in a world full of hatred. Do you have any idea how many kids are killing themselves over this kind of hate? Please stop the bullshit. Hashtag protect trans kids. Man. Wow.
All right. You want to play fucking games, idiots? Morons. You fucking... My kid's an idiot. How about this? Check it out. Dorks. Can't do it yet. You guys are so fucking lucky right now. It could be. It could be. They should take all these trans kids away from their parents in Canada. All of them. Take them all and stick them in a fucking room together.
People are more likely to commit mass shootings. They are infinitely unlikely to do it, period. Like, this is like a lesson.
Yeah, everybody's unlikely.
Trans people that are going on mass shootings. So, like, I don't think that we should assign a collective guilt to all trans people because 0.001% of them did something.
I don't know.
It's just not logical. It's not.
As the parent of a kid that might think that they're trans, I don't think it's such a bad idea to arrest them all.
What?
Question them. Find out.
What are we talking about? Can we just use common sense? Let's just use logic here for like 1 second. So trans people are like 0.6% of the population, right? I think
Yeah.
somewhere around
Yeah, and they represent a really unnatural number of fucking violent events, dude.
so stupid. But I'm gonna go back and look. What percentage of the
Yeah, look at the unproportional amount of crime they do.
population is trans identity?
Less than 1%.
0.6.
Yeah. Very good.
Ask the same question again. Fucking retard. So 0.1%, 0.8. Okay, so 0.8 is 0.6, right? So I said 0.6, 0.95, right? So
Whatever.
less than 1%.
Whatever.
So this is 1 in 300 people. So what is this here? Canada population. Okay, so let's just do some math here, right? Okay, let's Canada population again. Let's do it again. I don't know why it's fucked up. Okay, do it again. Do it again, slave. 41 million people. Okay, so 41
Do it again, slave.
basically, you're going to be looking at, let's see here, what would be, I guess, like, okay, so 41 million, so about 400,000 is, 400,000 would be 1%, right? And so you cut that in half, and it's, let's see, actually by a third, so you're looking at about 120,000 trans people in Canada, right? I mean, like, I'm just doing like very, very rough math. Like, this is not exactly, but it's about 120,000. So, out of 120,000 trans people that had this happen,
Your browser.
how many trans people in Canada have gone on a shooting rampage?
Lots.
No publicly available data. Okay. So saying. Okay, most. Do you think most 60,000 trans people that were going out there on murder rampages? The whole place would be chaos. It'd be insane. So they hide the data. They are hiding the data.
Yep.
Like, it would come out on the news. I mean, how many news stories? Like,
Nope.
at the absolute most, let's say 20, right? Let's say there have been 20 trans mass shooters in the past like 5 years.
In Canada?
I mean, the reality is it's probably like 3, or like maybe 5. But let's say 20. 20 out of 120,000. That's pretty fucking low. It is. That's really low. That is an extremely crazy low number. It's high per capita. I understand that it's high per capita, but that's only in the frame of reference of other capitas. Like, it's low, period. All of them are very low. All I'm saying is that, look, I don't want to argue about this, and I don't want to fight about this, because this is just a purely logical position. Very clearly, that
Yeah.
the overwhelming majority, beyond, way exceeding 99.9% of trans people do not do this. So to assign this collective accountability is ridiculous.
Well, okay.
It's illogical. So anyway, I don't want to get into that any much more, but that's what I think. And then you have her, and again, all of this stuff, by the way, is, let me see if I can even pull up her account. Jennifer Strang, 8602. Make sure I got it. Okay, that's good. So this is her account. Yeah, this could be it. Okay, so it is real. And we don't know whether this is actually her or not. Keep in mind, we don't know that. But this is something that she had posted, and she used to Trump son said bullets were only flying one way. I'm glad I'm not far right or far left. Political extremism, blinded by rage, is mental. Man, how about that? And so she's posted Charlie Kirk's killer is Tyler Robinson, 22 white Mormon, retired sheriff's son, and a gun enthusiast who once wore a Trump costume. He confessed and surrendered, saying he personally disliked Kirk after days of saying MAGA blaming the left. So this is a person who's trying to like rationalize Charlie Kirk getting shot, and apparently now she got shot. Well, that's what happens. So yeah, and Mother probably celebrated Charlie Kirk's death. I mean, I don't know about that. I'm not gonna say probably, right? But like, she does seem like kind of the person who would do that. If you want me to be honest, I do think so. So yeah, that's the mother. Yeah, exactly. And again, remember for mental love and sexualizing children. Huge fucking mistake, man. Massive fucking mistake. And yeah, wait, she was killed? Yeah, the son killed her. And great timing for the gun buyback program. Yeah, maybe, right? And funny how she didn't mention he was also a furry lover freak. There's nothing more ironic than trans people complaining about harassment. It's not collective accountability, like they're all guilty. It's simply recognizing this group is more likely to be violent. Well, I think that here's what the problem is, right? And I was talking about this earlier, is that the big issue with these trans shooters is that you're right that some of these trans people are like very violent. I've seen pictures of it, and you know, again, they don't have a monopoly over it, but I think that there's like kind of a lack of accountability for it. I think that people don't want to call out, you know, basically aggressive, hostile, bad behavior by trans people because they don't want to be seen as if they're a person who is, you know, like assigning a mental illness to a trans person. Because they think that if they do that, that's like being transphobic. So it's basically like political correctness that is effectively like not allowing people to, you know, talk about this for what it is. So yeah. The trans people aren't violent. Violent people rush. The shifting blame on police and culture is annoying. Well, here's a great example of it, okay? So I'm going to compare this to Islam. Okay?
So,
Basically,
what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to get a hold of my kid. Let's see if I can get my kid to come on here and talk to you guys. I don't know if he's going to want to come on.
crazy people that are out there radicalizing the population. These are people who got kicked out of the UAE. These are people who got kicked out of Saudi Arabia. They got kicked out of Qatar.
Smart young man, artist. My understanding is he's been programming lately. A totally capable person. Really awesome kid. My best buddies for, I don't know, a long time. We were best buddies for quite a while, me and this kid.
Because they're afraid of being called Islamophobic. So you have this weird inversion where you think that the Middle Eastern countries are actually practicing, in some cases, and permissive of less extremist Islam than Europe is. And it's like, what a weird place to be in. And it's so bad that the UAE doesn't even want its own citizens going to Europe anymore to get educated because they're worried that their kids are going to get radicalized. From Europe. These are guys that are living in the Middle East. This is a Muslim country, and they don't want them to get radicalized by foreign Muslims that are even more extreme than they are. So, but the reason why that's happening, I mean, let's just talk brass tacks here. It's because you've got a bunch of white people that are afraid of saying that any of these Muslims are going over the line.
Yep.
They're saying things that you shouldn't be saying. I think it's the same thing with trans stuff.
Yeah. Well, that sun really washed this shit up in here. Oh, wow.
And they're dying for this. It's a legitimate problem. Toxic empathy strikes again. That's exactly it. And that's only true for the UAE. Pull me up. I understand that, right? I mean, sure. But it's clearly not only true for the UAE, because besides that, Osama bin Laden was kicked out of Saudi Arabia. It's not like all the Muslims have like a same universal viewpoint on the way that Islam should be done. If they did, they wouldn't be killing each other all the time. I mean, let's just use some fucking logic here. So anyway, my point is that it's not about that, but whenever you look at a person's ideology and you feel like you can't criticize that ideology, or people inside of that ideology don't receive criticism because people are too afraid that it will be related to some type of criticism that's bad, then what you have is a culture that permits violent behavior. That's the reason why. Does that make sense? Do you see my point on this? Yeah. You get tongue policed, I know, and that matters more these days, yes. People care more about sounding good than being good. And that's the fundamental issue. Everybody cares about being seen as a good person. Nobody cares about being a good person.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of instances where it's like, like your parent. How many times has your parent done something that made you, like whenever you were a kid, that made you angry at them, but now that you're like, I don't know, 25, 30, 35, 40, you think to yourself, I'm probably going to do that to my kid too. That was the right decision. I think that's a very common sentiment. I would actually be surprised if there were a lot of people that didn't feel that way, other than like, maybe like really toxic parental relationships. I feel like it's extremely common. So, yeah, as Kosi said, so yeah, definitely. All the time. And so this is a very, very common thing. And so people always want to be seen as being good, but they never actually want to do something that's good at all. And some radical Muslims come from Iran, by the way. They're called Shia. I understand that Iran is like that's like the nexus of a lot of it. I think you're right, but it's more complicated than that. But I really think you're right about that. It's like the different Shia and Sunni Muslim. I get them. I grew up seeing things that I wouldn't want my child to do, knowing how it made me as a feels kid. I think there's a little bit from column A and a little bit from column B. But the idea is that sometimes you have to make decisions that aren't butterflies and rainbows decisions, and you do that for the assurance and the safety of your future. You can't always be making a decision that makes you happy and feel good and feel like you're a good boy for your entire time. Like, you can't always be doing that. And I think that's what the big difference is that a lot of people don't really seem to understand, right? They don't. And so that's what I'm talking about. You understand European politics because the immigration process is very flawed? You're going to get pulled up. You're getting pulled up. What's the flaw? You're just saying something. If you type something vague, you're getting banned, by the way. You have to be specific. Specific or banned. No, Paul Brawl? Yeah. Let's go generational username. Actually, it is. Yeah, you're right. How we address the elephant in the room and about the Desert Eagle? It's the dumbest fucking handgun you can get. It's a waste of money. Probably play Counter-Strike, honestly. Probably thought it was a cool gun. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a cool gun too. It looks cool.
But it does look cool.
Yeah, I mean, like, what the fuck? It's pretty simple. There has not been a single mass shooting by a trans, especially there have been very mass shootings in Canada. Okay, that's not even what's being discussed. The flaws, you think we in Europe can't speak our mind about being Islamophobic? It's just the governments are either making money about it or illegal immigrants are using the system. So you're saying that there are no hate speech laws in Europe?
Is that true? I wonder.
Because there are hate speech laws in Europe.
Yeah,
and also, like, by the way, whenever I say Europe, I'm talking about, like, Germany, the UK, and France.
Oh, Germany had them first.
And maybe a couple of other ones, too. Like, which specific country are you talking about? They are, but they're not enforced in all European countries? Okay, so what you're saying is that there's a law against it. I don't even understand. So, but they are enforced sometimes. They are. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, yeah, how many people got arrested in the UK for fucking speech? Like, and also, like, I mean, are you trying to tell me that, like, there isn't a huge problem where there's a bunch of radical people coming over into Europe? Like, I've seen videos of it. I've seen pictures of it. Like, I mean, I think that we've all seen this. Are you saying that everything that we're looking at is fake? Like, what are you even trying to get at? How does this even work? I'm confused. UK isn't Europe? I know that. That's why I'm asking about the specific country. Greece or Denmark, which people were able to be open about illegal immigration for years. People, especially in Greece, have been illegal. Okay, so you know what? I'm going to let you go with this because I was not talking about Greece, and I know that Greece is a little bit more based about this than, like, let's say the UK is. So I should have been more specific. You're technically right. I don't like that, but you are technically right. I overgeneralize Europe regularly, and if you're going to call me out on that, I think that's fair because it's accurate. So anyways, I was talking about places like Germany. So yeah, that's fine. Anyway, I didn't want to ban the username either. It was a good username. So anyway, let me go back and see if I can find any more information about this. People that are talking about it. And where is it? Strip the crown of a transgender policy refusal. I don't know what that is. The mass shooting today happened. Oh, here we go. So they called this, this is the craziest part about it.
That includes the deceased gun person.
Okay. And separately, do you know the gun person's relationship to the...
That includes the deceased gun person.
Okay. And then separately, do you know the gun person's relationship to the...
That includes the deceased gun person.
Okay.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Right.
Gun person. A new gender just dropped. This is what they're focused on. They're not using the right vocabulary. Oh my god, yes. And that's I love your phone and phone trap. The alleged male shooter dressed as a girl killed a friend of his family. Yeah, sure. Okay, let me go back. I hate to say I told you so. There is this. So he started transitioning at 15, was prescribed heavy SSRIs. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to be honest, like, for any of the people that are, anti-trans or SSRIs or anything else like this is basically every stereotype rolled into one. This is every single thing that these people said is bad came true in Canada. They did. It absolutely happens. What is this here? Oh, I did see this. 3 men. Oh, and just real quick, I'll just talk about just because of this one individual that brought this up. But this isn't again the UK. And just in case anybody thinks that I'm wrong about being able to speak out about these things, in the UK, 3 British men who protested because a young girl was raped by an illegal migrant have been jailed for a longer period than the illegal migrant rapist. Man, how about that? And not the first either. Well, this is what these people do, right? I mean, it's more important to hide the problem than deal with it. And so this happened today, literally. So yeah, SSRI equals lie equals bad tape. I take them to cope with my general anxiety. We got a large sample, but I hate to take on SSRI equals zombie equals bad. I think that whenever you're talking about whether SSRIs are good or not, I think that there's a very obvious delineation between people that are, underage and mentally ill to begin with, right? Because, like, you're talking about, I mean, I think that there are instances where SSRIs might make sense, too. It's the same as any type of medication. There are some times where it makes sense and other times where it doesn't. But at the end of the day, I do think that in a lot of cases, yeah, you have them that are overprescribed. And if they're being overprescribed to somebody who already has mental problems, then you're going to have a force multiplier on those problems, and somebody might pop off. It's pretty simple. So let me go back down and I'll find this and see if the rest of these are over there. Oh, here it is. The Canadian media is outright refusing to disclose the mess. What?
We have breaking news that we want to share with you that's just into our newsroom. CTV News has confirmed the identity of the suspect behind the Tumbler Ridge mass shooting. Jesse Strang is the name of the suspect. That's all the information that we know, at least at this point. 10 people again were killed, again, including that suspected shooter. 25 others have been injured and have been wounded, according to police. We'll get more on the shooter's identity and what we know, too, as well as the victims, as that information becomes available. Again, the identity of the shooter has been revealed as Jesse Strang. That's, again, all the information we know at this point. We will continue to bring you the latest details as we get them.
I mean, so they're not even saying. I mean, sometimes these news companies are like pretty. They're pretty slow to actually accuse people of stuff. But yeah, what is it? It's almost a requirement for spree killers to be mentally ill. Yeah, I mean, I think it's really not that big of a surprise to see something like that happen. Let me go and see if I can find it here. This is him.
Parents, grandparents, sisters, brothers. In Tumbler Ridge will wake up.
This is the guy that's in charge of Canada. This is the main guy.
Is that someone you know? The nation mourns with you.
Yeah.
Canada stands by you. I've asked that the flags in the Peace Tower here and across all government buildings be flown at half-mast for the next 7 days.
Do something about it.
We will get through this, we will learn from this. But right now it's a time to come together as Canadians always do.
Anybody could have told you this was going to happen.
These terrible situations, to support each other, to mourn together, and to grow together.
Right. Okay, so this is another, like, oh yeah, let's all be sad and practice performative empathy about how bad this is. Yeah, it's sad that a lot of these people got killed. It's a fucking tragedy. But it's a tragedy that was engineered. It's engineered. And I think this is the main issue that I have, is that in a lot of these cases, these problems like are ignored, and they're ignored for so long that they get really, really bad, right? I mean, that's basically what happens. Mr. PM doesn't do anything. Yeah, exactly. Carney also has a trans kid that might be one of his worries right now. And JD Vance lost my goodwill. What is this? Let me see if I can pull it up and find it. What did he say? If Iranians want to overthrow the regime, that's on them. There's no way, right? Did he say that? Yeah, is this even true? He did say it February 11th. I'm gonna be honest, like, if they don't get rid of the Iranian regime, like, I don't want to go off topic here too much because we're still talking about this, but if they don't do that, like, I'm really, like, that's gonna be something that I think that, it's unforgivable. It really is. And also, like, them not acting is causing, thousands of people to be killed. They can't? Why not? I mean, that's bullshit. I don't believe them. Yeah, it's not our problem. I get that. I don't see it that way personally, especially not after. And here's the issue: Trump even said that he was like trying to gas them up and that they would help. And now he's changing his narrative after they're being killed. I think that's really fucked up, man. It's pretty easy to say. But anyway, time is right. Yeah, there's more of this in general. 10 dead, including female suspect after Canada shooting. I think that really, I mean, if your focus is about getting the gender of the person right or wrong, I think that a person being trans is a factor. It absolutely is. Like, and it's a factor inside of a lot of different ways. So, for example, like, if there's any sort of, like, life-encompassing identity or ideology that a person follows, I think that in general that ideology and that identity should be included. So, like, for example, if somebody's a huge, like an Amish person doing this, I think that should be included because it's a substantial part of identifying who this person really is. It's the same as a person that's like a professional video game player or, an NFL player or somebody who is a musician or something like that. It's important data, yeah. It's important information that helps people finally say it. Well, it's not that finally I say it, it's just like, yeah, obviously that's the case. Because I think that in a lot of these cases, they're trying to intentionally kind of hide the ball here, right? And I do think that in general, they do try to downplay the role that identity politics and these radical identity people actually have in these issues. I think they do. I think they try to downplay it for sure. Because, like, and this is just simply anecdotal evidence, but I've seen some of these videos, and, like, you remember whenever those two people were calling that black guy a house N-word, whenever he was, like, an ICE agent? I think that they got mad like that because, he thought that they were the wrong gender. And so when you see somebody fly off the handle from that so fast, I think that's pretty substantial. It is. It's insanity. They're fucked in the head. Yeah, I know. There was probably Amish in his past life. Maybe. I have no idea. So yeah, let me go back. I'll see if I can find this too. And what is this? There's a difference in terrorists and when terrorists go. Yeah. Going black and life being in the files. I haven't seen that at all. I don't think think their identity really matters. If someone commits a heinous crime, then the headline such as "White man shoots people" is doing so for clicks, and not because someone like their race or belief is actually important to. Well, it's a very big difference, though, right? Because like you're talking about a voluntary identity versus a intrinsic identity. Like, so everybody who's trans decides to do that. Like, obviously they're choosing to take this medication, they're choosing to dress this way. This is an action that they are taking. Like, it's something that they are doing themselves versus a religion, or versus, like, let's say, well, religion's the same as being trans, right? You're choosing to do this. So, a person being a man or a woman, this is a default, right? You didn't choose that. A person being white or black, you didn't choose that unless you're Michael Jackson. A person that's like, tall or short or something like that, again, you didn't choose that. So that's what the difference. That's what the difference is. You see what I'm saying? Unless the culture is oppressive, though. Yeah, and definitely it should be focused on the individual, not the group. Someone chooses to label themselves as paints with too broad of a brush. Well, I think that you can do both, right? You can address the fact that they were part of a group, and you can also say that that group doesn't have collective guilt for the actions of this individual, right? I mean, I think that both of these things are true. And the problem is that a lot of people want to talk about it with an agenda. Now, I'm not trying to talk about this with an agenda. I think this is just a simple problem, and it needs to be treated that way. That's it. And I actually want to be sure, yeah. And so paint with your nose here. What the hell you mean by that? The fuck? What are you talking about? Do you think the ideology and or the hormones is the biggest factor? I think it's everything. I think that basically whenever you go and you do this, right? So, mentally ill retard plus HRT, SSRIs, guns equals big problem. That's simple. Drugs. I mean, this is very, very simple thing to say, right? It's pretty fucking obvious. And so, yeah, like you always said, what is this here? Don't forget parent? Yeah, of course, right? And we have to stop, yeah. You just defined all trans people? Well, I don't know if all of them do drugs or guns, I don't know. We have to stop handling the retards with kid gloves. Make an example that causes them to think twice before they act. Well, you have to be proactive, right? And that's the issue. If you see somebody, like, I'm sorry, and I'm a big Second Amendment guy, but if we have somebody who is a child who is on SSRIs doing random, illicit drugs, and they also think that they're trying to take hormones to be another gender, that's too many problems. It is, and you shouldn't have a gun. You should not have a gun. If you have that many problems, you should not have a gun. It's too risky. It is. It's extremely fucking risky. They're red flags. Especially whenever you're going out there and you're making comments. And it gets worse than that. And you're going out there and making comments talking about how, you like watching videos of people being killed. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? It's like, when are you going to call a spade a spade? It's so fucking obvious what's going on. So anyway, that's what I think about it, and I'll read a few more comments, but yeah, photo of today's trans shooter. Maybe we shouldn't give mind-altering hormones to mentally ill people. Imagine that! No way! Yes, and if we do, we shouldn't give them a fucking gun. It's crazy how this is even a possibility. And this is in Canada, it's not even in America. Oh my fucking god. Family confirms identity of trans shooter. What is this here? The trans-identified mass murderer's mother was a trans rights activist. He murdered her yesterday before committing one of the deadliest massacres. Yep, exactly. And this is...
I believe we've been able to identify the shooter, but for privacy reasons and analysis of the conduct of investigation, we're not releasing that information at that time until we're assured that we connect with the appropriate people.
I mean, they've released it already, so it's hard to say, but... This is one of the people that got shot. It's really fucking sad. 12 years old, too. Oh my fucking god. 12. Jesus Christ. And, yeah, right, exactly. Mother was spawn camp? Well, no, the kid was. The kid was spawn camp. If you have a mentally ill, virtue signal liberal mother, and then you end up having that, like that mother says, like, no, it's okay for you to take these mind-altering drugs if you do SSRIs and have a gun. Like, I actually feel bad for the kid that did the shooting in a way. I do. Because he got spawn camped. He did. Like, he has his parents doing this. He has society telling them this. He's on Reddit getting gassed up and groomed. And on top of that, he's even got medical professionals that are trying to multiply the problem by giving him drugs. Like, I mean, really, at a certain point, I mean, there's a reason I said earlier that kids aren't responsible for their own actions. Like, you should look at the adults in this situation, and you should ask them, how the fuck did you let this happen? How didn't you see this was a problem? Always comes back to parents, yes. They're perfect shitstorm with no accountability, absolutely. And just so you know now, this is the bioweapons. This is not bioweapons. And what is this here? I thought it was more identified school shooter. I need to go on the internet. Well, I mean, there's a lot more than that, right? I mean, obviously. As a dad myself, I don't know how these parents can possibly handle this. This is brutal and so hard to hear about. Yeah, it's horrible, man. It really is. Who pulled the trigger is what matters the most. Humans have free will. He was 100% responsible for the act of killing. No. Like, I see what you're saying, but this is a minor. This is a minor that's done this. Do you really think that the parent bears no responsibility for not being able to identify that there's something wrong? That the parent bears literally no responsibility for this? No foresight? Yeah, you have to, like, and also, like, and I get your logic, and I understand what you're saying, but I think whenever you're talking to a person, like, that only makes sense inside of the context of dealing with a person of sound mind. An adult of a sound mind. Because I think that whenever you get into a situation where you're talking about a mentally ill child, I think that we should all come to the very obvious and empathetic conclusion that mentally ill children should not be held to the same standard that a man in their, in their right mind is. I think it's very, very different. In this case, no. In some other cases, it's the other way. Yeah, I'll let this person respond one more time. Parents are the first line of defense of the initial fail point. Hunter was an overstatement. Parents threw their responsibility, but even if you're mentally troubled, you don't go on a killing rampage. Listen, I know that. It's very unlikely that it would happen, but I think that whenever you stack up all of these debuffs at the same time, right? HRT, being baseline mentally ill, SSRIs, drugs, and you give them a gun, you get a big problem. I think that's what happens, man. You're taking away free will and accountability. You can then say it's the fault of someone who had a rough life and commits crimes. I think in some cases that is the case. Like, for example, like schools that allow kids that are violent and aggressive and that don't behave properly, and they allow those kids and are permissive of that behavior, I do think those schools are partially responsible for that kid escalating into violence later on in life. I think that is true. But I think that as you become an adult and everything like that, you become more and more responsible for it. And I think also, like, I look at it as like a person being underage. I understand that it's their decision, but I think also these other groups should bear a lot of responsibility too. So yeah. And I'll read a few more. How old is the kid again? 17, right? Which, I mean, I get 17 is not really that young. I mean, you're really a kid at 17. I don't really think so, right? But I guess that's it. And 12 years old. Oh my God. 18 is your personal age of accountability. I think that, I mean, it depends, right? So, I think that is 18 a good age for accountability? I would say that, I mean, assuming you have a sound mind, I would say 16 is probably the age of accountability. Right? Like, that's whenever, like, if somebody does something bad at 16, I think they should be treated as if they were an adult. This situation is different in my mind because of all the other compounding mental health problems. And that's the reason why I'm kind of like drawing more of an exception with this. But, and I think that also, like, we all know, right? I mean, we all know. Like, a lot of us, when did we really start making good decisions as an adult? I'd say, like, for me, it was like 24 and 25. Like, before then, I was fucking up all the time. I still, yeah, I don't know yet. Yeah, I'll let you know when I get there, right? Yeah, so like, I think that really, like, for a lot of guys, you know, we don't really start making good decisions until we're in our mid-20s. So I don't think that really you turn 18 and your brain just totally, you know, crystallizes and everything's perfect either. So, yeah, can we really fully blame the parents here? The kid was so fucked up mentally at spawn? I do think so. I think that you can blame the kids. through surgery. Wow. So this girl did. Holy shit. And she already raised $42,000. That's good. And this is good, man. I'm glad to see it. Never let your kids watch anime. Wait, this is a post from 2023. Man. He fucking knew. Huh? Yep, he fucking knew. Oh my god. And your birthday too? Oh boy. Oh, April 20th. That's not my birthday, that's Hitler's birthday. Okay, and what's this year? Just up here, it says he actually started crying. Yeah, I mean, again, like, it's just, I mainly blame the parents. I do. I think I blame the parents for this. I think it's ridiculous and it's horrible. It's some transgender community gets labeled what it really is at this point, terrorist organization. I think that here's the problem with, I think the people inside the trans community that try to make excuses for this, right? And they try to say that's not it. I don't think that they do a very good job at ostracizing their extremists. And I've said this before, is that if a different community and an organization can't properly remove its extremists, it then becomes defined by its extremists. And I think that's what's happened with the transgender community. I think that's what's happened in some cases with the Muslim community. I think that's what's happened in some cases with the anime community, right? With, like, you know, people into like weird lolly stuff, and those people that are seen as like, you know, the same as everything else. I think that's very weird. I know this is like a hot take, but I think that again, if you allow people like that, furries, yeah, exactly. And this is, by the way, that one's much less bad than the other two. But let me go back and find it. When this entire world condoning and supporting Iran for slaughtering its own people. And I'll look at it in a minute. You're totally right, though. Yeah. There's no goalpost with the trans community. The most extreme today is the Marl. Islam's regime has just been elected as vice chair of the UN Commission of Social. I hate the UN. We need to get rid of the UN. I'm gonna be real. I've never, like, what values does the UN have? Like, I mean, like, fuck this. It's just, every time I hear something from the UN, it's retarded. And so you're right that basically, this is kind of the big issue, is that you have a self-radicalization structure. And this is happening in both political parties in different directions, but I think that it's stronger inside of the leftist political party, like liberal political party in general, where they always trend towards the extremes. So it's not enough for, you know, people to be trans. You have to have trans representation. It's not enough to have trans representation. You have to have everybody that has compelled speech around using pronouns. It's not enough for you to have compelled speech around pronouns. Now you have to have kids that are trans. It's not enough that kids can choose to be trans. Now the kids can do it even without the consent of the parent, right? And it's just like the escalation of this is just, and I think the reason why is that, I think the reason why it happens a lot more inside of leftist spaces is because of I think that the mental reasoning and the emotional reasoning of leftist spaces. So I think that a lot of people arrive at very, very left-wing viewpoints by using pure emotion. I don't think that they're thinking about it logically. They're not trying to do what's best for the most people. They're not trying to, make the world a better place. They're trying to make themselves seem like a good person, and on top of making themselves seem like a good person, they're also trying to signal to everybody else that they're that kind of person too. So you're thinking about it, and it's not like Republicans and conservatives are like that much different, but I think with left spaces it's like much more evident. Is that whenever your goal is virtue signaling, the principles and the consequences are irrelevant, right? They're irrelevant because you don't care about what the consequences are. You just care about saying the thing to make everybody think that you're a good person. And so that's the reason why there is this continual escalation of emotional blackmail. That's basically what happens. You're basically describing narcissism. I am. And the reason why is that, and again, like, there are already studies that have shown that people that are like highly attached to these social issues and like these, big performative issues are more likely to have personality issues like narcissism. It's obvious because every single person that wants to be seen as a good person is going to be trying to, fucking parasite into every single one of these Free Palestine, protect trans kids movements because they want to be seen as a good person. They don't care about being a good person. They want to be seen as a good person. So that's it. That's why I call it social progressivism that never stops. Exactly, yeah. And so it's just very, very weird. Someone with mental illness didn't get the help they needed. Now more school children and teachers are dead. We are not helping these people. Absolutely not. Nope. And it's actually crazy to see the amount of people talking about this too. Oh my God. Our country Canada's doomed. I think that really, why is Canada like this? I mean, I think it's actually very, very simple. Canada is like this because it's allowed to be like this. That's the reason why. And also the people, I think people in Canada, and I know that I'm painting with a massively broad brush, but I think Canada has too many people that are weak-willed, that are unwilling to address these problems for what they are. I think that they are too caught up in being polite, they're too caught up in political correctness, they're too caught up in being seen as this way or another way, and they're not willing to address problems for what they are, because in doing so, it becomes impolite and uncomfortable. That's what I've noticed a lot with many Canadians. I'm massively overgeneralizing here, but I think that it's true enough for it to be a trend in the country. Too many immigrants. Nobody wants to get deported. Well, you should have never brought in the immigrants. I think the fact that you have too many immigrants is a great example, right? Like, you really think that a bunch of Canadians want their country overrun by immigrants? No, I don't think they actually do. But they're so afraid of the social consequences saying no that they let it happen. That's the issue. They're so afraid of the social consequence, they go and they let it happen. We're starting a Canadian Reform Party. Yep, and Dan from Charlie Kirk, little white woman with blue hair, at my school, we're all laughing and joking about this. This is in Canada. Well, that's because, again, you have to understand that the reason why those people think Charlie Kirk being killed is a good thing is because Charlie Kirk is an ideological enemy to them. They will kill their ideological enemies if you give them the tools to do so. So the only way that you have to solve that is you have to marginalize, minimize, and completely delegitimize any influence that they have and totally oppress people that are like that. Absolute, complete oppression. Because if you don't do that, they will oppress you. And anybody that behaves like this, yeah, put them in a box. Put them in a box, put them in an institution, put them in jail, do whatever you need to do. And I'm not saying people that disagree with Charlie Kirk. I'm talking about people that are advocating for killing people based off of political ideology. You can't live in a world with people like that. If you lived in that world, they will turn your country into Somalia. That is African warlord, third world, PvP server ideology. I know you're right, but I struggle stooping to their level. Really? I quite enjoy it. So, it's fine. Listen, if people don't want to go down to that level, that's totally okay. Just don't get in the way of the people that do. That's all I ask, right? If you don't want to get your hands dirty, totally understandable. But don't complain about other people getting their hands dirty. What, they call you a Nazi? Who cares? Gives a fuck what they're saying. Yeah, it doesn't matter. And where is it here? So there has been also, let me see if I can pull up the other things about this. Yeah, Mother's a hardcore trans activist. Oh my fucking God, this is just insane for me to see this. Let me go back and make sure I didn't miss anything else about this. Asking for transitioning advice to a 15-year-old. I also think that, and this goes back into what we were talking about yesterday with Roblox and like, Internet IE. Should we have, like, subreddits like r/teenagers, where adults that are completely unvetted are able to have access to personally communicate with children? Is that a good thing? I think it's not. So when you have people that are identifying as being a minor, you're 15, right? We're not talking about 17. 17 is like, some people are an adult at 17, it's past the age of consent in a lot of places, but we're talking about 15, okay? 15 years old. If you're identifying as 15 years old on a social media website, should you just get insta-banned? Honestly? Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I do. I hate that subreddit with notifications. Well, on Twitch, don't you? No, it's under 13. And the reason why it's under 13 is because of a law. There's a law, it's called COPPA. And that's the reason why it's the rule there. So, is Reddit liable? That's an actual subreddit? Yes, it's an actual subreddit, male to female subreddit. Let me see if I can find it here, MTF. See if they're saying anything about it. No, even worldwide murders towards immigrants, spreads from trans or GOP. I don't know, this is about something else. Yeah, they're probably not even talking about this at all. Cis friend mistaken for trans. This is fucking bullshit. So anyway, I agree with you, but if you do that, they'll just start to use it to control the population. Well, no. Like how no. This is my outlook on social media, okay? I'm gonna give you, this is my philosophy on social media. I said this like 3 years ago, by the way. I don't think that anyone under the age of 18 should be on social media. Period. I see literally zero benefits to a 15-year-old girl with an Instagram profile. I think this is a very big fucking problem. It is a omega big problem. And I think that, again, I'm not asking for ID, but I am saying that if you have people that are identifying as an underage person, I'm not going to say 15 is a child, but as an underage person, I think that there should be an expectation that the website will automatically ban that account. And I actually think that they should be that aggressive with it. Because this type of grooming, like at the end of the day, every single time that you would ask anyone, do you want your child to have unrestricted, and unsupervised communications with an adult that you have no idea anything about them? Absolutely not. Like, at 15 is a child? I mean, again, like, I think child is before puberty. I think underage person is until 18, or minor is until 18, and then after that you're an adult. But I think this is just vocabulary. And in the eyes of the law, you're right. Like, I think it's a silly term for me to say that a 17-year-old is a child. I think that's silly. Like, personally, it doesn't feel right saying that. But they are a minor, and they are underage, and they shouldn't be treated as if they're an adult. But you can make whatever distinction you want. So what about communication over Xbox 360 chat? I think that really it kind of depends, right? But I'm talking about social media. Like, you can go into like video games, but I think that really you should try to approach things based off of like, which ones are happening when that's happening, right? And teen dude, well, I mean, 19 is a teen, but 19 isn't 13, is it? Like, look, I don't want to get into details with this. I think everybody generally knows what I'm saying. But my point is that I think that you shouldn't have kids on social media. Because when you have kids on social media, what ends up happening is they get groomed. You have people that are messaging them that are adults. You have those messages that are not being, properly vetted by their parents, and something bad could happen to them. That could easily, and it's not even something bad. Sometimes you just have a conversation with somebody, and it's just a weird conversation. And even if nothing bad happens, do you still want your kid having, unsupervised communications with somebody who could be a pedophile? Fuck no. Absolutely not. So, a 14-year-old kid? Absolutely not. So I think they should just ban anybody who says they're under 18, and they should just get rid of all these subreddits that are made for underage people. And if you would self-identify as a minor, I think that you should be having your account banned. That's actually what my opinion is. And I think that there is an exception to this. And the exception are for platforms that are made for children, things like YouTube Kids. Because YouTube Kids don't have comments, they don't have peer-to-peer messaging, and they don't have any other form of like weird communication that a person can get at this kid. Like, I have no problem with kids using the internet, but I do have a problem with kids making accounts and then communicating with adults in an unsupervised way. That's a big problem.
Lame.
United agents and Pima County sheriffs and partnering agencies collectively going down every single street here looking for things. They're doing their spot. You want to move in there? Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Move in there. I am going to run out here. I don't know, it's more lively here than it is at any Mazos, I'll say that.
Wild. There's a lot going on there.
People asked in the chat earlier today. I posted it on Facebook and X. There was a lady that called, the lady that missed this morning. There was a dispatch audio. A lady had called in and said that she found the mask in that alley or garage or something, and that it matched the kidnapper's mask. I don't know whatever came of it. I posted it, like, you go on my page now, if you follow on Facebook, if you have Facebook, I know a lot of people don't, but I'm posting like a lot of updates, so if you're missing things throughout the day, you can check there or my X account, but I'll play it for you right now.
Unit 1001, 100 East First Avenue. Officers came found a ski mask on the ground in the alley near her garage. Bullets from the same mask the assailant was wearing in the Nancy Guthrie case. Unit 1001, 100 East First Avenue. Officers came found a ski mask on the ground in the alley near her garage. Bullets from the same mask the assailant was wearing in the Nancy Guthrie case.
And then I never heard anything else. Supposedly, who were telling me it was like 15, 20 minutes away from Nancy's. I don't have any idea if it has anything to do with the case or not. It's just a call that was sent in. I've been reporting, so I guess we'll have to see, you know.
Look at this. Look at this. Holy smokes. Kids are playing. Look at this. Kids are putting flowers. Look at that. The little kid came and just planted more flowers. That's nice.
Cameras, they are really patrolling the area, speaking to neighbors. It's just shocking that we are experiencing this in small town Tucson. Yes. I don't know
So people would be shocked if it was him. Yeah, of course, for the guy. Yeah, of course, our children, yeah. No, my son did not. He attended Catalina Foothills High School, which is about 1 mile from here. But there's another school called Basis in Oro Valley, and that's where Tommaso was teaching. But yeah, the neighbors are really, really concerned. This is a small town. We don't get that kind of thing. Yeah. Oh my God. Yes. Last evening. Yes. Gosh, all my neighbors were all just talking and trying to figure out, I haven't heard anyone say like for sure. I did hear on the news this morning that someone did, offer for some kind of ransom, I guess, to say they know who did it. Mike has not identified his jacket, his backpack, his shoes, and his pants. Who it was from his eyes, the fact that there was a hat on. It's hard to tell. But I have 2 Labradoodles that I walk every day in the neighborhood. I'm on alert. I'm looking around to see if I can see anything unusual, anybody unusual. Because I'm on the streets every day. My dog's walking there, my kids. Yeah, I've seen it in the neighborhood, sure. We've been here 15 years from New York, so. I mean, just like, hi, how are you? I don't know her personally, but, she's a lovely lady, very kind, just like Savannah. Just a decent, honest, church-going woman. And this is just, someone obviously didn't, for money, or, they, are getting back to her, right? I mean, it's gotta be one of the two. They're already asking for ransom, but, so it's gotta be a relationship or their own money. But they're, targeting her because of Savannah. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I've been so busy. I work at the university.
Oh,
now.
I think the email. I'm looking at that.
I'm not. I work in that. I'm just getting off work right now, about 30 minutes ago, and I figured, let me come over here so I can support it.
Alright. What brought you to do that? They say bring yellow flowers. Symbolizes hope. Did you know Nancy? No. Did you live in the neighborhood? Are you worried about what's going on, like in the neighborhood? Are you scared? Thank you. She's talking to a neighbor there. I'm gonna get my tripod and bring it back. Kind of, just listen in. She's a neighbor sharing about being here, her whole situation. It's more of like secondhand. I heard this, hearsay. I heard this about this, and I heard this about this. But what we got? And it appears what they said was, she said with the flowers is, they got emails to come down here and bring yellow flowers. So that's why we're seeing growing yellow flowers. So we'll probably see more yellow flowers. the membership.
They go down, all the way down here. And then from there on out, they go across the street.
Yeah,
All the way at the end of that. They go into that gate. And you just follow them.
yeah, no, I have friends right now that
Teach them liaison.
Right to the sign. From there on out, they go across, go through the front lawn, and then back into the loaded areas down there.
Yeah, of course, you don't know, I mean, all parents have gotten together and they all said that they absolutely roll out Tommaso, they absolutely feel like he's a great guy,
Really, like, neighbors are saying it's not Tommaso.
hardworking, but sometimes you never know. Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Why someone's not talking or why they are talking, you know? So he could be doing it because he's guilty, he could be doing it because he's not guilty. So we don't know until this whole kidnapping is resolved and we find out who did it. Because right now it's, you know, we're not sure, everyone's grasping at straws and we don't really know. Very sad. It's just very sad to go to Tucson. Very sad. You know, we want this, you know, resolved as soon as possible. We are praying to God that Nancy gets home to her family. But, you know, it's sad. She's 84 years old. She was working at the time. You know, people need to have access to security cameras in their house, in front of their house. I have a father in his 90s. I have a camera inside his house. When he fell under the coffee table just a few months ago, I was able, he's in Florida, I was able to alert the paramedic to save his life because I used the ring camera. My husband is, yeah. But I'm a strong believer in having cameras and especially with, you know, having children, family, to, you know, control, make sure that your elderly family, senior citizens, are taken care of. You know, if someone's living with you, the camera should be working. You know, she's got 3 kids, Nancy.
Oh, yeah, we were here over earlier.
And they should be, you know, watching the cameras, seeing what's happening. They should know that night that she was taken out. You know?
Just like the neighbors and the buses and everything, and everything. I'm not going to dig even more about this. So Sheila spoke a little bit about Tommaso. That definitely was a nice their group. A bit about Tommaso. Alright, so our goal here is to see what happens here. If there's going to be more FBI searches. We've got about an hour and a half before the sun goes down out here. So this is our third stream today. We got cut off numerous times because of reception issues out there in the crazy, we'll call crazy, the Catalina foothills, and then cell phone battery or cell phone overheated. But it actually feels very good out here right now. It's like what was found on the road, walking depth, does not say if it was in between Nancy and daughter's home. Some girl says. You would think that this area, due to the fact that there's so many walkers, and think about this. Okay, here's another thing, folks. Think about this. A black glove gets found a day after the images go viral with someone with a black glove. And no one noticed a black glove on the side of the street for the last week until suddenly that, I just feel like somebody put that there just to play around. I just have that feeling. It's like playing. You know what I mean? It's like, seems like a lot of things in this case happen after it gets publicized. You know what I mean? Because you've got roads around here. There's so many walkers, there's so many people, joggers, neighbors, people walking around. You know, walking around in this case, a black glove found on the side of the road. Near here is like about 1.6 miles away, something like that. You would think that someone saw that, somebody would have saw that already and turned that in. Just thinking, whoa, a black glove, that's... I just feel like it's planned. My opinion, but again, they don't analyze it. Maybe it helps, maybe it doesn't. But here's the thing about it. It could be somebody else's just for whatever reason. And then somebody's going to get a knock on the door when they come back with handwriting or their fingerprint on it or something. Somebody's going to get scrutinized, analyzed, questioned, and everything like that. You got to keep in mind with this case, it's just like with the ransom stuff. I really think the ransom demand via email came after it was reported, the stuff about her home. I just feel like it came afterward, but, you know. They take it seriously, but you have to take it seriously, just like with the mask. I mean, the gentleman that came up, the electrician that came and spoke to us earlier, said he personally seen after 10 o'clock this morning, CSI, or HSI, Homeland Security investigators, near Home Depot by First Avenue, somewhere down there, looking in the bushes. It's the same area where the 911 call or the dispatch call came with the mask.
Alright, so let me bring you guys into a weird story.
So they're gonna, you have to, whatever comes, they have to process it.
Okay. I have a pretty good cushion, and I have a pretty good chair, but yeah, I try to get up sometimes, take breaks. Alright, well, real quick, before I get into the story that Laura sent, Tucson story, the glove from this morning, I went back and looked at the source. They're saying this is the location where they gave me the call, where it came in from the dispatch. This is the house. Again, I have no idea this is connected to the case. Just saying, the lady called, this is a Google image. She said she found the glove in an alley. I can look up after how far it is. Somebody said it was like 20 minutes away from Nancy's house. I can't imagine that the glove would be all the way over there. I mean, not the glove mask, be all the way over there that far. But there was a dispatch call this morning in this location. Okay? Now, let me tell you the story. Laura sent the story via email, tipmining.com. And she wanted me to share the story. She said this is in relation to another murder in Tucson with very similar circumstances. Okay? One second. The street name is... It's 100 East First Avenue. Lady in the dispatch when I was going back and reading the sources. They said that the dispatch person misspoke. And so I went back into the Facebook comments and they're saying that this is the actual location of where the mask allegedly was found. The person that found it, she thought it matched the kidnappers. They literally said Nancy Beth was the
Alright.
Alright,
Alright, so let me just tell you about the story.
I want to get into it. It's a little, I don't know, it won't take too long, but it's like, it kind of has a lot of detail, I guess. Let's see. Okay, so this is another story out of Tucson, and this was sent by Laura. And so, a person named Linda Watson, and apparently it's a well-documented true crime story. I never heard of this before. This happened in Tucson, Arizona, gained national attention. Linda Watson was a 35-year-old single mother and Fairfield Union High School graduate, originally from Ohio, lived in Tucson with her daughter, Jordan. She was in the midst of a bitter custody battle with her ex-husband, David Watson, a captain in the Tucson Fire Department. The couple had separated in 1998 after about 7 years of marriage, and the dispute centered on the custody of the 4-year-old daughter. On August 20th, 2000, Linda attended church and had lunch with her mother, Marilyn Cox, and was dropped off at her home on the 2620 block of West Curtis Road around 8:30 p.m. This was the last confirmed sighting of her, so it was almost like a similar to a kind of reverse, somewhat maybe similar, just in the area or town. So the next day, August 21st, a maintenance worker at her home noticed the back door, actually back door ajar, and alerted authorities. Inside, investigators found signs of a struggle, blood splattered in multiple locations, including the entryway, a broken coffee cup, and other disturbances suggesting foul play. No body was found at the scene, though. And Linda was officially reported missing. David Watson quickly became a person of interest to the ongoing custody battle. Linda's disappearance occurred just days before a key court hearing where she saw greater custody rights. However, initial evidence was circumstantial and there was never an arrest made. He gained full custody later and remarried apparently. And so the escalation, so in 2003, after all this stuff kind of passed, I guess, the case took a darker turn. On May 7, 2003, when Marilyn Cox, 63, and her friend Renee Farnsworth, 53, were found shot to death in Cox's home in Relito, Arizona, northwest of Tucson. Cox had been actively pushing for answers in her daughter's disappearance and had recently won unsupervised visitation rights with her granddaughter. Investigators linked the killings to the Watson case, suspecting they were motivated by efforts to eliminate threats to David's custody. Investigators later played a key role in the investigation. In October 2003, a skull and partial remains were found in the desert of West Tucson near an area known for migrant crossing, sometimes referred to in reports as near mining. Sometimes referred to in reports as near mining sites northwest of the city, possibly aligning with facility. Though exact records cite the Ironwood Forest National Monument area. The remains were among others, including those of undocumented immigrants, complicating initial processing. Significant backlog at the Pima County Medical Examiner's Office, exacerbated by high volume of unidentified remains from the border-related deaths. The DNA identification process was delayed. The remains was not positively identified as Linda Watson until 2011. Some reports say 2012.
Wild.
Because of advanced DNA testing, the cause of death was ruled a homicide. The delay was a major. The Pima County, along with the FBI, built a case against David Watson over the next decade. The evidence included blood, evidence of his home, matching with DNA ballistics, like the gun to David, but tested. Witness testimony about custody disputes and inconsistencies, David's alibis. He was arrested in April 2015 on 3 counts of murder. The first trial in 2016 was a hung jury, 11 out of 1 conviction. Damn, one person. In 2017, David was convicted of second-degree murder, and his death, 2 counts of first-degree murder, and this guy killed
much a lot. But I guess it's kind of like a weird, interesting, like crazy story out of Tucson, Arizona, where bodies, I guess, are found. You have to deal with the whole, just the migrant crossings, the bodies, and all kinds of stuff. That's supposed to be, man. Sorry. When I'm in front of my own live stream. Yeah. People walking around out here, same thing. We'll continue to see what's happening here. Our investigators. Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah, this dude just copy and download some shit. Well, this lady probably got it off of TikTok. Gotta change it up. Alright. Another sheriff arrived. Another sheriff arrived. See what this is about. Another sheriff arrived.
Well, chat. In one of them days.
Sheriff talking to a sheriff. I still think the other story's nuts. The guy, that story I told you the other day, I reported it. There was another story too that somebody shared with me. Crypto thing on another project. And they never found the crypto people.
So where'd you put it then?
Hello, this is Mary from Georgia.
I think that was a lady. That was.
Alright, so more cops showed up? Another sheriff? Maybe a shift change? One of us is leaving. Oh, shift change. Nancy Guthrie's home. Shadows of law enforcement is working on an official description of the masked figure captured on the 3 NS camera. There's no conflict with the police. Description. There we go. Law enforcement source close to the Guthrie investigation says they are familiar with the brand backpack the suspect was wearing, possibly a Pulsar trail hiker. That was part of our day yesterday, right? The whole backpack trying to find which one it is. There's a reporter that's saying Pulsar. Possibly. Pulsar trail hiker. And they're looking at something, right? Right? The internet talks.
Thank you so much. Good luck to you. I'll kick you. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye. Check your email. Check your email mail. Mark, please, this was for 5. Law enforcement doing the best they can with what they know.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm here tomorrow. Let's get some results.
I had to bring this one. I found this one. I wouldn't. Okay, so Friday.
Sometimes you gotta tell me something's going on.
You didn't say anything on the
Line.
This is my first interview, so I just dude, this was cheap. This was only $8 and it comes
I have covered this already. Thank you, though. Yeah, they covered this fishing video. Yeah, I like that you have the source. I'm surprised you have the source. Why not you know if they're bare ready? Because this was in December, I think it was like Beeping Tom type of thing. People County posted about this. It was really weird.
Duck. What is that? What the fuck? What the hell? What was that? Go put it back on. A minute.
You're a little bit with the Nancy's new episode.
I'll take your,
Okay, well I'm getting ready to leave, chat. Two of the babies left.
This is an iHeart podcast.
this is the opportunity A11. In the last hours, another note to TMZ. This is after last night's disheartening catch and release of a potential suspect. I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories. I want to thank you for being with us. What incentive is left for them to return the incident?
The legitimacy of these ransom notes truly come into question more and more.
Are there more than one perpetrator here?
It's going to be somebody at least connected to her that has some meaning.
Another missive in the Nancy Guthrie search has been sent to TMZ, short for 30-mile zone surrounding LA. It's not from the kidnapper. It's from someone offering to give up the kidnapper for one Bitcoin, which at this hour is valued at around $66,000. Straight out to Crime Stories investigator Dave Mack. What do we know?
Well, this new note in the Nancy Guthrie case, Nancy, is, as you mentioned, it doesn't seem to be coming from the actual kidnappers. Instead, this is someone offering to give up information about the kidnappers. Now, this note came in early this morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. The sender claims they tried unsuccessfully to reach Samantha Guthrie's brother Cameron and her sister Annie by email and text. The note goes on. If they want the name of the individual involved, then I want one Bitcoin to the following wallet. Time is more than relevant. Now, there is a legitimate Bitcoin address in the note, and it is a different address from the one in the original ransom note that TMZ received and that the two Tucson television stations. Right now, it's unclear if the sender of this note is legitimate, but one Bitcoin worth about $66,000 right now, and they're offering up a $50,000 reward for information leading to Nancy's kidnappers.
Oh.
So this was received earlier today. Maybe not the kidnappers, but offering info on the kidnapper.
Wow, that's another bombshell and already a confusing and circuitous evidence. Straight up to Jessica Finn joining us. She is a senior investigative reporter at the U.S. Sun. She has been on the Guthrie disappearance from the very beginning, and a lot of people, good. I'm glad it went to let the TMZ. 5 o'clock in the morning Pacific. Tell me what you know.
Because this is actually going to be the third ransom letter that's
Yeah, you guys didn't see from earlier. That was one of the first things today. Another, I don't know if you can really call it a ransom letter, but another, reply or whatever. Chain with everything, I guess. But somebody was saying that they were offering, pay me one Bitcoin, I'll take it.
been sent out. We had the first one that initially came out demanding these $60 million that went out to KOLD, K-Gun, and TMZ. Then we had the second letter that just went out to KOLD that came sometime, I want to say, my days are now totally merging together, but sometime, I believe, towards the end of last week. And that was basically the message that
Ow.
Savannah and her brother and sister had responded to, where Savannah said, we received your message and we understand.
The heck?
That was the wrong thing. With a bunch of tabs. I think it might be interesting. I don't know. They're at least going over the latest stuff. It's not like they're, I don't want to hear. They're going over today's stuff. I don't want to hear about yesterday, the day before.
What's up, bum?
This is a hard suspect. I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories. I want to thank you for being with us. What incentive is left for them to return the incident?
Claims they tried unsuccessfully to reach Samantha Guthrie's brother Cameron and her sister Annie by email and text. The note goes on. If they want the
Just getting ready to, hey, does my shit work here or not?
then I want one
Is it broken?
Bitcoin to the following wallet.
Oh, that looks really loud. Right. Sorry about that.
Bitcoin address in the note, and it is a different address from the one in the original ransom note that TMZ received and that the two Tucson television stations. Right now, it's unclear if the sender of this note is legitimate, but one Bitcoin worth about $66,000 right now, and they're offering up a $50,000
$50,000 reward for information leading to Nancy's kidnappers. So this was received earlier today.
God, that hurt.
Maybe not the kidnappers, but offering it on the kidnapper.
Wow, that's another bombshell and already a confusing and circuitous route of evidence. Jessica Finn joining us. She is senior investigative reporter at the U.S. Sun. She has been on the Guthrie disappearance.
Nancy Grace with the word circuitous. That's wild.
Figure this out. We got a $50,000 reward on the table.
Yeah, apparently $66,000 Bitcoin's worth more to that person than the 50,000 is. Surprise, surprise. Why would you not just take the $50,000 reward though? Unless the guy really owes somebody a Bitcoin. Fuck. Three days till homelessness again, bum. Are you excited? Should be nice seeing me live on the street again for a bit. Probably won't be live at all, to be honest. I'll make sure somebody gets the invite though to the eventual memorial or whatever it's gonna be. I'm sure somebody will send in the obituary. Hee hee. Haha.
Please like this video. I really need your support right now. It's the only way this story can reach more people. Thank you so much for being here with me and for your support. She planted herself between me and the game like she was making a presentation. Arms folded, chin up, voice steady like she rehearsed it in the mirror. Starting today, I want to see other people and still come home to you.
Haha. Fuck you, bitch.
She didn't blink. So, I tested the edges. This openness, just for you. Amber lifted a shoulder.
I'll be like, this lady's drunk.
Great, I said without. Then heads up. I already have a girlfriend. Her mouth fell.
Ha 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 ha.
That'd only be for me. So a one-lane note with my name on the curve. I answered. Got it. She stood there, quiet, measuring. I could have argued, begged, whatever script she expected. Instead I made a note. This wasn't a wobble. It was a new model. If I'd known where it was headed, I might have set down my foot sooner. She tried again. We can be mature about it. I am, I said, reaching for the remote. You're free. You're not taking this seriously. I am. You want different rules. I'm adjusting. Her eyes held mine, flat.
That's right, buddy.
The game clock kept running on mute. She let the silence do the work and walked off like she closed the deal. The smell of dish soap drifted from the kitchen. I watched the score and made a decision that didn't need fanfare. The next evening, she stepped out of the bedroom with silk and perfume, the kind that announces itself. First on the crook of her arm. Don't wait up, she said, casual like we'd always been that way. Wouldn't dream of it, I replied. I pulled on my jacket as if to take out the trash. She arched an eyebrow at the deadbolt in my hand, then smiled like she knew everything about me and nothing all at once. She left. I changed the lock. The new key turned clean. I twisted out the porch light bulb and clicked off the hallway switch. Then I set my phone to vibrate, ate a sandwich, and answered emails until the house settled into a calm I hadn't tasted in months. Sometime after midnight, came pounding on the door. Not a knock, a demand. I slid the living room window up 3 inches. What are you doing? Her face was pale and oval in the dark. Sleeping, I said. You open the door. This is my house too. I corrected. You changed the terms yesterday. I'm matching your energy. You're being cruel. You asked for freedom. I said, no heat. Looks like this. I'll remember this. She threw up, voice shaking now. Good. I shut the window without drama. I heard her breath catch, then footsteps on the porch, a car ignition, tires. The neighborhood went quiet again. I brushed crumbs off the coffee table.
Yeah, right. She didn't call the police.
And slept. Morning, I showered, made eggs, and drove to the bank for work. At the counter, I moved our joint funds into a personal account in my name only.
They did this too late.
Left the account technically alive, and set alerts on every transaction. I added a freeze on new cards. The manager gave me the professional smile people give when they've seen this movie before.
Yeah.
At the office, I walked the warehouse floor like I always do. Count pallets, check the staging, shake hands with guys who live more than they talk. I keep order for a living. It's not glamorous, but trucks leave full and on time because I make simple rules and enforce them. Around 10, Amber showed up in a coat that still had last night's feeling to it. Cheeks bright from the cold and anger. She didn't wait for me to come to the lobby. She came straight into distribution, right where my team could hear. I can't log into our account, she announced, straight through to the point. What did you do? I kept my voice low, the way you do in a warehouse where echoes travel. You mean my account? We are married, she said, scanning faces for allies. You can't just. You said you wanted separate lives with shared benefits. I checked my clipboard, then looked up. I made the benefits match the choice. This is abusive, she said louder. Maybe hoping volume would make it true. This is my workplace, I answered. You're on my time and my floor. Keep it respectful or step outside. That took the air out of her for a second. She swallowed. You're overreacting. Settle your plans with your resources, I said. That's the adult version. You'll regret this, she hissed. Noted. I nodded to the dock supervisor. Lane 3, we were behind. She stood there, realizing there'd be no scene to feed on. Then she spun and left. A forklift beeped. Someone coughed to cover a chuckle. I didn't talk about it with anybody. I didn't need a peanut gallery. I needed my day back. By afternoon, her social media started doing what hurt feelings do when they need an audience.
Crying?
Selfie with wet eyes. A caption about silence as a weapon. Vague lines about control, subtle monsters,
Weird, fake narcissism bullshit that they post on Facebook every time. They're all fucking psychotic horrors.
I didn't reply. I screen captured everything. Header, timestamp. I labeled the folder, Amber, public statements, dates, and dropped in each post.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna teach you guys something right now.
I sent the
You know the girls that you don't talk to on Facebook, right?
Mr. Patel.
Okay, so don't ever join Facebook dating because that's all it is, you fuck. Who the fuck else do you think uses Facebook? That's right. It's those dumb bitches. Same fucking idiots that I haven't been talking to for years. I know they'd all be happy to go out on dates with me. I don't fucking talk to them.
carried away. You were precise, I answered. You wanted to farm from my resources.
No, they love you, hate. Good for them.
We're not enemies. Nick, I'm not your sponsor. A breath. I'll cook. We can talk. I think, I said, sliding the container into the fridge. And we talked last night. That wasn't the talk, she said, trying for a warm laugh that didn't work. That was you doing me good, she caught herself. You were boundaries. Right, I said. Keep those in mind. Can I at least get a new key? Not today. Her tone thinned. You're making this harder than it needs to be. No, I said, without an account. You are. I didn't fight. We coexisted in a kind of polite fight that happens when two people stop pretending to share a house. She went to bed early and slept on the far edge. I took the small bed and shut the door. Let me pause the story for just a second. If you're still here, please hit the like button. It really helps YouTube recommend this story to more people.
Well, I don't think it should. As what? Careless drinks? Woohoo!
Cheap lights, plastic cups, a DJ who was too proud of his playlist. The usual crowd, guys I coach Saturday softball with, their wives, a few strays who orbit any gathering at the bar.
Haha.
Ran hot that night. Full hair, sharp dress, listeners clustered. When I walked in, she gave me a smile with teeth, and then turned away to whisper to Melissa and Dana.
Haha.
I shook Ryan's hand, clapped his shoulder, handed him a card with tickets for a weekend fishing thing we'd been hinting at, and moved toward the food table to build a plate and keep my back to a wall. They came in a formation, 3 women with purpose. Melissa led. She's blunt because blunt gets her attention. Dana flanks, nods, amplifies. Rebecca ties a bow with a comment that sounds soft, but isn't. Nick, Melissa started, making sure people nearby heard. She's in a tough spot. Can't you ease up? She can't access the account. You mean my account? I corrected and forked a meatball onto my plate. You're still married. Dana added like she was reading from a pamphlet. There's a duty. There's a choice, I replied. She made it. I'm matching it. Rebecca took a sip from her cup. Maybe keep it off.
Yeah, the government tried to call me still married too. Fuck you.
I'm not posting, I said. She is. She's exploring Melissa Press. It's not a crime to want more than TV. It is when your more is powered by someone else's wallet. I said and set down the fork. You can't straddle both worlds and call it growth. You're punishing her, Dana accused. I'm not handing out rewards for disrespect, I replied. She's scared, Rebecca offered. She's organized, I countered. That's different. Melissa leaned in. You loved her. You still do. Help her through this. Unlock the account. I tilted my head. I'm not financing a rebellion I didn't approve.
No shit, I would fuck you, bitch.
Full. Accurate, I said. There's a difference. A few nearby faces turned. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't need to. The DJ shifted to a slow track nobody asked for. Amber glanced over, saw us, and smiled like a director who approves of how a scene is unfolding. Then Jenna arrived. She's been in our circle forever, mostly close to Amber. Teacher, quick mind, a way of saying things that makes a room reset. She took in the tableau and stepped in like a referee who also owns the court. Melissa, Jenna said, you left out context. Amber told me she was going to crack Nick's reputation to control the story. Those were her words. So maybe stop pushing him to pay for a narrative you didn't write. Melissa's mouth opened. You're exaggerating. Jenna shook her head once. No, I'm not.
Ah!
Amber drifted closer, voice honey sweet but tense. Jenna, that's not. You said it, Jenna cut in. In my car 2 nights ago, outside my place. You asked me which hashtags would get traction. She looked at me. You good? I'm working, I answered. Thanks for being specific. Amber smiled like glassy. I'm not the enemy here. Then act like a partner, Jenna replied. Not a PR department. Dana bristled. Jenna, you're out of line. I'm in line with facts.
Jenna, you're out of line.
The
When
rumor.
the big like TV Christmas special, there was so much stuff that could go on, but not all of it arrived. People get grumpy that I use TV and whatnot, but TV was unreliable and would get usually absolutely terrible. And when I saw this, a 4K camera with 5,000 watts. What? 5,000 watts? Why do you need 5,000 watts? You kidding? What is this, a car stereo? It doesn't make any sense. This thing gonna burn down a house? I press go on a whole bunch of stuff. Maybe I'll gamble my $1.72. If it doesn't show up, fine. But boy, I got something for you today. It's I'm just thrilled and filled with confidence because straight away it says Children's Digital Camera. Children's Digital Camera, they don't put on one top line high-end equipment. It cost me 172 cents. Does it say 4K on the box? We've got 6 plus. In other words, 6 other people they've scanned with this. 2.4-inch screen. Video capture. It takes photos. What? Photo frames in games? Games? Like what games you play nowadays? Oh no, just bust out a few games on the digital camera. Oh, there we go. It actually does have 4K. Cheaply rendered on this stupid stock photo. 8x powerful zoom. Wow, look at the size of the lens as well. Sorry, hang on. We got it. It has 50 megapixels. 50 megapixels. I didn't know this is new. Oh, cool. You can actually read what this is. Oh, so much stuff comes out of Guangdong. I'm telling you, like getting down in Guangdong. It's the 4K digital camera, 5,000. I mean, it's not watts. 5,000 W's. Pixel Retro CD portable color camera. Tree level camera, dual camera flash. 50 million pixels. I'm getting my 172 cents worth. Oh, the age is 6 and up, right? So you've got to be older than 6 to handle the disappointment you're about to absolutely suck up. And we need to compare against like a proper camera, right? This is my Sony a7S3. The beauty of these cameras is that this can take both the most beautiful shots you've ever seen.
How you been, bum?
The worst. If you don't know how to use this, it'll just spit garbage at you. If you had your like wedding or like your last toilet visit or something photographed and the photo is definitely beautiful, there is no mistake or accidents or luck involved. I can't make this thing spit magic at all. I've hired friends who are photographers to show me how to use it, and I watch just magic come out of it. And then I get it, and it stops listening to me. It's like a level 70 Charizard or something. Do you respect me, Tony?
Oh, it's 5 something already? Shit.
Monster of a professional camera. I think it has 24 megapixels. Oh, this is twice as good. I mean, the Sony doesn't have games on it.
Anybody got spare TV?
172 cents. Let me just go. What the? Hang on.
The real one's no good, but if I can find a spare. Ah, fuck.
It's a micro SD card reader, so no card. Wow, this thing's USB-C. This is more high-tech than most iPhones. Oh, Manuel, is there anything else? No. Oh, hang on. Give me a card. We'll get to the nugget in a bit. Boy, it feels like a nugget. Product instruction manual. Good. Wallpaper? Why? What? Does it make wallpapers? A video tape? Tape? I didn't see tape on the filters. A filter for my filter? Then what's wrong with the first filter? If you need a second filter, please read the instruction manual carefully before using the pen and save it properly. Yeah, I'll keep this. Okay. Oh, first spelling error. It's not a product, it's a pill. We all have a reset hole, don't we? Oh, it's got 2 cameras in it. Yeah, it's got like a selfie cam and a rear cam. Alright, it's got basic controls that are untappable. Oh, good. It's got a whole section on the reset hole. When the machine appears screen, abnormal crash, and so on. with the card needle insert for a whole short press 3 seconds and be forced to shut down, semicolon. I love it. Okay, it's not product or period specifications. Now we're up to production specifications. Product model A1. In other words, no name. Is that product pass thing that you just printed on and not a stamp? Yeah, someone's just printed that QC pass right there. That means nothing. My 172-cent 4K camera. Whoa! Okay, hang on. If you actually look down the lens, look how tiny that lens is in there. 50 megapixels. What a bold-faced lie. That's got a flash. That's something. It's worse. This thing could literally be full of nothing. Look how decadent these plastics are. Don't you? Kind of smells like someone's jacket pocket.
Look how decadent these plastics are.
Specific, but that's what comes to mind. There's the selfie cam, but why? USB-C? Oh, and they don't give you a memory code. We'll see how far we get first. Everything in that manual could be alone. I'm just gonna be brave and just hit the go button. No! Oh my goodness, it actually has guts in it. What? How did they make this for 172 cents? Wow. I'm guessing that's a camera, so oh, they did it. Ooh. Wow. I like how the scratches are already. Okay. Let's go into settings. We're gonna make sure we're actually getting all 50 of those megapixels.
You're not. Come on.
I'm doing it.
Give me like 5.
Quality. Where's my 1 megapixel? Like, is that what this means? Megapixels? Why does it stop at 48? It literally says 50 on the front.
Haha.
Why am I arguing with a camera that cost me $1? Well,
That's funny.
the best. Resolution 4K. Alright, good. It's already set to our one. How is this profitable? How can you make this for 172 cents? I mean it. It turned on as a screen in it. I could make any part of this for $1. Well, what does it make sense? Is that back? It is. Right. I mean, we'll get to the camera in a bit. Is this actually games? What? Okay, soccer bars.
Man.
We're gonna play Snake first. Snake ain't looking good. I mean, I've got it, Frank. What is it? What are we picking up here? What's the food? Is it a cheese wedge? What about? Okay. Look at this cheeky son winking at me. They're in on this. This is 1, 2, 3, 6 game. What's this called? 20 something whatever.
That son is in on it.
To a certain number.
It's that 2048 game, yeah.
Enjoyed this game way back in the day. I mean,
It doesn't make sense, that game.
How to kind of play it. You just keep stacking the numbers down in the corner, and you get pretty far. Wasn't prepared to be playing the digital camera.
Is it really a game though?
So many games. This is a digital camera. Like, this is a soccer barn. It's even got a speaker. I win. Airplane game. Get down. Why do you like this? Man, can you believe that this digital camera doesn't game very well? How? I mean, music player, whatever. Fairy wand? Huh? Taking a picture. I did one. Now what? I want to see my 48 megapixel picture. What? That's it? What's the difference between that and the camera? Oh, that was filters. Why don't I have the filter in the first place? The flash works! For $1! Oh, you switch to the selfie cam. Look, you can actually see I've got like a proper rig now with a real camera and blinding lights. My pale skin is dying underneath. Okay, I mean, I wonder who they stole this. Ah, right, you can give people bunny ears. Unicorn? Horns? What? Okay, clown nose and whiskers? That's a wonderful combo. A king with a circle in it? Glasses? These degenerates? Yeah, that's a degenerate. I would like in my car keys. Lawsuit. Under the sea. I mean, this is on a really tiny screen, so like whatever miserable video quality it's actually pushing out, it's kind of being masked to degenerates, all of them. Degenerates. Whoa, what? You got like Sonic 2 split screen mode. All these filters are for nothing if it barely
actual content. I haven't seen a single image on this. We're gonna find one. You can't take video. What? Can I? No card. Okay, we'll fix that in a second. I was kind of hoping it would come with like a dodgy OT card. Oh, wow. There you go. That's the picture I took of the desk. Look, you can see the duck hanging out the corner. How do they put this out, right? Where we actually gotta take some
Going back to the hotels or what's going on here? Don't know, chat.
like to find some like proper wildlife and get on that and clearly do a one-on-one comparison against
Probably not back to the hotels. Fuck, man.
these cost thousands of dollars. Just the lens alone is like $1,000. And it clearly a waste of money for $1 could have got a professional 4K camera. Yeah, I need to head out to nature and go and take some photos, but I don't feel like going outside, so I'm gonna take the nature of God, just called Mrs. Frankie. So yeah, to start off with, we're going to be using the Sony waste of money camera because I'm paying way too much for a 4K camera, it seems. And yeah, this is Frankie's Cutie Snoop. I can't help but baby talk to what people see as a scary monster. Look at that Snooty Snoop. Look at those pieces.
Is that a real snake?
Look, you see all the heat hits, and she's got equipment. She's a piece of radar equipment designed to locate rats. And she's completely domesticated, and she doesn't use any of them anymore. She just flails around at the smell of rats. And also, you can see her eyes pointing out in different directions. She's like a chameleon, right? She sits her head still. She's watching you. She's always watching. Let's go ahead and cut to the actual good value camera, and here it is. Yeah, it's. I mean, you can. It's literally just like colored scales now. You can't see the direction the eyes are pointing at all. They literally just like glossed over marbles. Move at all when I took both of these photos. They are the same frame, right? Her scales have just been blurred into mush. It's just this thumbprint of a noodle now. Oh, and according to my computer, the resolution is 7,680 by 5,700.
Holy shit.
Man, I can feel that.
That's an enormous photo.
I can really feel it. It's those pixels are there. So yeah, we're back at the 4K camera with a second picture of Frank doing the same.
Wild.
I wish I could actually focus on her snoot instead of the top of her head. I mean, that's just pro cameras. Like you really got to work at them. Although look at the stitching of the hammock. You get so much detail. For a bit of information, the softest part of Frank is those boots on the top of her head. That's the softest part of Frank. And she doesn't like you touching her. Get a good look at her hip bits now. And with the sticker rackets in there, Frank changed. Alright, time to flip over to the good value camera. Oh yeah, good value. Yeah, here it is. Yep, 7,000 by 5,000 resolution. And you can really feel it. Everything about it looks like it's been painted on.
With a giant USB cable?
There's no scale. It's just been AI smoothed over almost. Forget about seeing the thread of the hammock and any detail of that. It's like she's been done with color pencil. It's confusing me because what the
It's awesome.
that was 4K, and I'm starting to feel that it's not 4K. Maybe it's the video where it actually finally unlocks all those 50 megapixels. Come on, man! All the megapixels, guys! This is less than 1 megapixel.
I think it's the song it is. That's not the one I thought it was. Oh my god! Woo! Haha! Haha! Oh wow. Does it say hi? Oh, it says hello.
This lens doesn't do close very well.
Do it, Trent.
entire camera is egg-flavored nonsense. Well, that said, the Sony camera doesn't have those fun filters in it, huh? Look at Frank with rabbit ears. She would eat a rabbit. Actually, no, she could. She's too little. But man, she loved it.
Where did VP find this other girl?
Are you aware that clavicular Framimob? I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Straight up. This is a fucking Samuel Jackson map. What the fuck? Look, it's reversible. I think it's like a shoulders
Excuse me.
Motherfuckers say Canadians rape. I'm with CCM, we're half a gentleman all day. A country song, a low profile. Profile frame. A frame is ideal for self-hacking.
Haha.
Country song, Bob Durkin, all on the feet. Having illegitimate children. RD, why you put me down? Yeah, RD, fuck you. Who said that? Are you going to play blackball? Straight up. What, mock like a fucking kid that's bringing you a towel? Kick him in the shins? Fuck you. You're here for me to back you up. Trumpet toss ball. Man, I'm so good. They call me Jaden Ball. Yeah, I'm candidate Trev Dog. Hey guys, wanna see my fucking like my tree bark house siding invention? Come prefab with Velcro. It's fucking cats. It's just fucking cats. It's so fucking cats.
Okay, you're better than Trev. Is that TV? Throw it! What was that thing, bro?
Who wants to buy a bike?
Is it electric and stolen?
I should fucking take her for a rip. Do some power science. The bike? No. Fucking, man, I bought it.
Damn it.
Octane 1. Oh my god, Evo. Marzocchi Bomber. Bamboos.
Pretty nice, buddy.
Fucking
Pretty nice.
rock. Is it? I think it's rock
Ah. RD. What? That did not just happen. I'm hallucinating. How did your seat do that? I heard you, a button. But, like, wild, dude. Boy, okay, funny guy. Is it a spring?
So, when you're like going up a hill, you like stand up off your seat.
Yeah. Yeah. That is sick.
Look up dropper post.
I will, thank you.
That dropper post is over $300 just for that post. The chick bought that bike. She said she rode it twice and was dating a guy that had money, and he went and bought her carbon fiber bike. He was like, I just
Wild.
buy one get one free. Like they had a big sale, like a big got it. I think Specialized did it. And she was like, he bought me like a $10,000 bike, and I was like really pissed off. I was like, I just bought one. And she fucking put it. She put it in a bike rack on the back of a car.
Yeah.
And like she didn't put the rubber piece on the bike rack.
Oh.
Like scratched right here. Like scratched the paint.
Oh my god.
And I just like took it right down to the fucking like aluminum. Figured it in. It's like, yeah, that takes $2,500 off.
For real?
She wanted like, I think she wanted $2,000, and then she was like $1,800. I was like, I'll give you $1,499.
Nice, buddy.
I would never spend that much, but I was like, man, I'll have it.
Yeah, no shit. Edgar Allan Poe. Beep. Beep. Where the fuck do you get all this money? Someone's been giving you a lot. Where the fuck do you get all this money? Yeah, buddy. It's a ROG keyboard? Yes. Looks like a tallywhacker to me, buddy. Hey, nobody. Good. It's actually been kind of a nice afternoon. Some good sleeping, you fucking not sleeping weirdos. I don't know what that is. I'm not interested, to be honest. No, what is it? Aliens! Ah, fucking aliens. Aliens, Az. I don't know how I could do that through the room all the time, man. My eyes would go fucking whatever they go. Stupid or numb or something. I can't wait till I get to punch somebody with this fucking mug in my hand, bro. I'm gonna fucking bend it on somebody's head. It's like stainless steel. It'll never bend on somebody's head. Maybe it would knock some of the baked glaze off.
Fucking folded like a shirt. Hi, Yasmina, how are you? How are you? Hi, kitten cakes.
Whoa, what?
Bang that past session, eh? Holy fuck. Kitten. Hi, kitten. Shoot him. Shoot the fucking birds. Shoot the fucking birds. I am going IRL. But it's too cold to hold and fucking it fucks my neck. I hate IRL. It's better IRL than me talking to people IRL. Yeah, oh man. That's on your TV. I will do it. Why are you rushing me? Like I'm not going downtown and eat a clock. I'm gonna go have a shower. Probably have a little bite to eat, chug a Dr. Pepper, smoke a couple bowls, might jerk off. Like, no. Then fucking do it. The most important thing I'll do always is tell you what to do and you miss it. I'll fucking feel confident. Sorry, I'm entitled to be a little bit of an asshole. I had a rough one today, so if anybody feels like they're taking a shit for any reason, I apologize. That's good. I'm glad. Then I'm accomplished. You killed birds with stones. Hey. I love saying base to old people because it's like, I don't even know what the fuck it means. I don't even think it is a thing. They're just like, oh yeah. And then people who can say it don't know what it means. I'd like to think there's a lot of people out there using it out of context. That's me. Yeah, we did. It's a hotel. There's lots of hookers there under the become a fan. It's not going to be an apartment. It's going to be the Michael Jordan's house. You can't sell. I'm going full schizo. Schizos get good money for disability.
No, they don't, you fucking idiot.
So, schizophrenics get more money for me. I'll be like this. I'm a Mennonite painter. This is like that burger. Hey guys, what's up? I'm a hipster. And I'm a hipster, not gonna make your hipster from Pittsburgh to Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah.
I love how you fucking love it. I honestly just love that. But the best is that hollow head.
He's gonna quit. He did. He quit. Trev. Trev, don't be paranoid, buddy. Come back and play. I'm not effing with you. Just trying to be regular old normal me. Nice old normal me. Tell ya, I don't appreciate his audience very much. Go jump in front of a car. At this point. Fuck's this bitch selling? Portions of cakes?
This woman came up with a genius business idea that now attracts hundreds of customers every day. Instead of selling regular cakes that are messy and hard to cut, she created a concept parents are obsessed with. Her secret? She serves neat rectangular
Idiot cakes?
slices in custom boxes paired with 3 brigadeiros of choice. Each box is personalized to match the birthday theme.
Brigadeiros?
Special and premium. This woman came up with a genius business idea that now attracts hundreds of customers every day. Instead of selling regular cakes that are messy and hard to cut, she created a concept parents are obsessed with. Her secret? She serves neat rectangular cake slices in custom boxes paired with 3 brigadeiros of choice. Each box is personalized to match the birthday.
Oh, and then they get those for a birthday party? They order like 24 of these and the kid gets 24 slices of cake? Wow, really? That's fucked up. Premium. They're the only person that does it. Wild has premium like that. Idiotic is what it is. Huh? Holy fucking... You see how many likes she gets too? That's crazy. It's good. Good, good, good. Several Tirana police officers were arrested. Yeah, it is. Holy fuck. The Saratoga?
300 miles west of Ireland, 85 crew members, only one man survived. And it was recovered, I believe, in 2013.
Why was there chunks of silver that big?
Okay, sunk to the bottom of the Atlantic and now recovered. We have one
Is that what they do with these warships?
authenticity, but guess what? This bar is going to get melted down if you don't want it. You're going to be able to find it on EonTradingLLC.com or TracksNYC.com. We're going to have it up there as well. This thing is stupid heavy. It's TracksNYC.com. This is silver off of a warship, the SS Yarsova. Went down
Oh, it's not the
February
Saratoga.
1941, sunk by a German U-boat. 300 miles west of Ireland, 85 crew members, only one man survived.
And he sold all his silver. He's like he's the only guy that knew where the boat was. 100 likes means nobody even likes you. Not okay. Nope. Nope. Not with the letter N in it. I'm not a N artist. You're an N artist. Oh.
This pacemaker was invented by the CIA, originally intended for reconnaissance satellites, but this lithium iodine battery ended up being an essential
Lithium iodine?
for pacemakers after it was declassified in the 1970s. This replaced zinc mercury batteries, extending extending pacemaker lifespan from about 2 years to
What?
nearly a decade. This battery feeds into the supporting capacitors, custom ASICs for
ASICs?
pacing, timing, and other components that provide small
Yo.
electrical impulses to the heart. This is so the manufacturer and the model can be identified on an X-ray. Were you aware of the history behind pacemaker batteries? Part of this pacemaker was invented by the CIA, originally intended for reconnaissance satellites, but this lithium iodide battery ended up being an essential long-term power source for pacemakers after it was declassified in the 1970s. This replaced zinc mercury batteries, extending pacemaker lifespan from about 2 years to nearly a decade. This battery feeds into the supporting capacitors, custom ASICs for rhythm sensing, pacing, timing, and other components that provide small amounts of electrical impulse.
Holy shit.
This is so the manufacturer and the model can be identified on an X-ray. Were you aware of the history behind pacemaker batteries? Sometimes it feels tough being a small creator. I've made so many videos, but the likes are so few and getting subscribers feels almost impossible. Sometimes I wonder if anyone...
So pacemaker reads your heart rate, and then if your heart's not kicking enough times for that registered heart rate, it like kicks it up a little bit, or what? In time too. Like, how does it know in time? How's there not a lag on it between when you get signaled and when it goes off? Wild. You don't know what that means, chat. I don't. Maybe you do know what that means, chat. There's no lag on it whatsoever. If there was lag at all, it would be like a heartbeat behind or whatever. He said Animal Crossing, not airplane models. Idiot. Nancy Guthrie still on the loose? That's good. Got no, nobody else nowhere, or what the fuck's going on, you guys? Tell you what.
A lot of people are very, very angry.
He just said boots on the ground's closer.
Oh my God. When they vote for Gavin Newsom or J.D. Vance for president, Hassan said that he would vote third party. This proves Hassan doesn't care about any marginalized groups he pretends to support. All he cares about is taking money from them so he can buy more outfits for his stream.
Huh.
Why do you give this? What is this? Like, this is a tiny little water bottle. Okay, let's watch it.
We're disappointed in Gavin
For
Newsom.
J.D. Vance or Gavin Newsom.
Well, I'd have to vote for Gavin Newsom.
Me too. I would. What about you?
I'd probably vote third party.
You would?
Oh yeah. I mean, at that point, it doesn't even matter. Like, because my policy on this is the same as like my refusal to endorse Kamala Harris. The reason why I did not endorse Kamala Harris was because she did things that were not only unproductive but also unconscionable.
I gotta say it. I think Hassan's right. I do. I don't think that you have. I don't think that you should have the moral authority to tell someone that they're obligated to choose the lesser of two evils if they feel uncomfortable.
That's a Super Saiyan Oscar the Grouch, by the
And
way.
I think that he has every right to make a conscious basically be a conscientious objector to an election and choose not to vote for those lesser of two evils. I think the people that are angry at him are being unfair.
And I still stand on that. I still talk about it all the time because people constantly bring it up.
They do.
Sufficiently like promote Kamala Harris.
But like, there's also like, this is the other truth, right? The two people, Renee Good and Alex Reddy, would probably still be alive right now if Kamala Harris was the president. This is undeniable, and I think that you should acknowledge that whenever you say, if you're going to be making a principled voting decision, there will be consequences for that. And in not choosing the lesser of two evils, sometimes you end up getting the greater of those two evils. And again, am I wrong about this? You need long-term thinking. You do. But like, even if you like, having long-term thinking doesn't remove your accountability. Like both things are true. You should say, yes, they died, that's bad, or whatever, but this is still where my principles are. I think that trying to, assume that nothing else bad happens is unfair. You can't put those deaths because of that. Okay, I'm gonna pull you up. How many people will be dead because of illegal migrants? I understand that. Do you think that they would still be alive right now if Kamala Harris was the president? I want you to think for yourself. I want you to come to a conclusion by using your own mind. I want you to think for yourself right now. Don't tell me what somebody else said. What do you think? And don't answer a different question. There's no way to tell. Just like others might be dead because she's not. No. You didn't answer. There's no way to tell. So was Kamala Harris going to use ICE to go around and remove and deport illegal aliens? Was she going to do that? The same way Trump did in Minnesota?
How would you know?
Voting doesn't matter. I don't understand why people they're obsessed with this bullshit. I mean, yeah, you absolutely should vote. Don't ever think that voting doesn't matter. Like this is two things are true. You should never be pressured into voting if you don't feel like voting for a candidate. And also voting does matter, and you should always vote if you choose to vote.
Never vote, you fucking idiot.
Both things are true. The argument makes no sense.
Honestly, who the fuck are you guys gonna vote for anyway? Don't bother.
Exactly. So there are acceptable casualties, and there are consequences that lead to people dying by making decisions for not voting for the lesser of two evils. This is an objective reality. It is, and you're right, it's a wash, right? Sometimes people get killed in one way, sometimes they get killed in another way.
Yeah.
But to act like that's not what's happening is not true. All I want is for people to be honest. Just be honest, that's all I'm asking. I'm not asking for a lot, am I?
Yeah.
I'm being pretty
You ask people to be honest. They don't do that.
Because she wasn't elected. Well, what I'm saying is that
When was the last time you knew people to be real honest? But besides, maybe on live streams here and there. You gotta be accountable to be honest, really. Like you have to feel like it matters, or you wouldn't bother. Disembodied morals are not morals.
But I just think that's the reason why you should pressure him into doing it. Every decision has consequences. To pretend like it doesn't is a lie.
Efficiently, like promote Kamala Harris here to us. I'm like, I am incapable. There is no singular force in this country that is capable of making or breaking an election. And if that was real, then it is the most idiotic thing not to listen to my demands. But everybody knows that that's not real, right? If I had this singular force to be able to make Kamala Harris the president, then Kamala Harris should be coming to me every day.
I think it's undeniable that people that are trying to push for a third party, like, yeah, obviously they do hold a sway in the election, depending on what happens, for sure.
And being like, let me do a collab with you, right? That's not the case, of course, and they know that that's why they didn't do it. But the campaigns are always responsible for whether or not they're able to win the crowds, win the population over, and combat against the couch. Not necessarily even against the Republican Party, but usually you're fighting against the couch. People who just don't go out and vote. And for me, the way I see it is that the Democratic establishment makes this decision one more time, just as they did with Hillary Clinton, just as they did with Kamala Harris, and in some ways just as they did with Joe Biden as well.
I think that's one of the reasons why Hillary Clinton didn't win. It's because they obviously, like, they rode down on Bernie. I think that if they had given Bernie
Hey, where did I see Cater Leader? That was crazy. You seen Cringe's chat? That was awesome, actually. It's nice, like, Cringe, Melissa, fucking some of the... I think Pebs is probably gonna get pulled back into the mix. It's crazy to me that Zaya might be more accepted than by IP2 than Controlla is now. That's insane. So you all know, that's not normal. Some counterintuitive bullshit is what it is. Like fucking everything else, mind you. Everybody else hate being alive right now? I'm half considering just walking straight up the road and not even on the sidewalk. See what happens, you know? Before I do that though, Sal and VP gotta get together and collab. In my afterlife somewhere. After I'm gone. That's the final wishes right there. What was he thinking about when he died? He was just his last desire.
So he was out here today. He's out here each and every day, most of the time. And what happened today here at the home of the FBI? What exactly did they say? I wasn't here. I was over there at the hospital. You were here.
Yeah.
You see.
Well, basically, we were sitting here and all of a sudden,
And that's the scanner on.
916 and 949.
same thing like we saw yesterday. There's a team of
6569, East Colonial Drive, 500 north of 6500 east. You saw on 85 east.
How far is that? What's the 200 yards?
Yeah.
And so they were searching all the way down to the side of the yard. And, hey, see you, Dolly? Shout out, Dolly. But it was so funny, not funny, crazy that it's so close. But they were literally crawling in the rocks, in between, and they went all the way down to the end of the road, and then they came back up. And when you came, it's kind of where they finished up.
So how quick was it? Quick? Like it looks like it was
pretty quick. Yeah, I mean,
But why around here? Why here?
I think it's just they have a grid probably, what I'm thinking, and it's like this grid hasn't been, has anyone been there? Oh no, well we need to go, and so I think they're just doing it. It seems a little odd, you know what I mean? If they're doing that, are they just searching for clues? Is
we could wake up tomorrow, hoping, right?
So yeah, I mean, you know, so the FBI was here, you know, did a brief search. We seen them on the road. Found a glove today. Do you know where they found the glove?
That's what I do not know. I just saw the photo.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
Shit or not? You think it?
That's where I'm wondering if why haven't they asked the media? Does anyone own any black gloves here so they know?
Well, you know who else had black gloves? The guy that his property here that went out and got the mail with the black gloves.
And so that's kind of where, you know
where else black gloves was shared? On the media yesterday, the whole world saw that guy with black gloves.
yeah. Yeah, so,
Who's to say that whoever journalist happened to be there gets that photo, went ahead of time, just threw a black glove down, and then went there with the media.
and so is that what people are thinking, that someone put a black glove over, because it's like, right?
I mean, you got a week into this, and
The black glove was obviously on top of something. Nobody's hand is that fat.
Yeah, and that's why I don't know where they found it. But yeah, that's a good point. If it was found on her property, right, that would be a different thing. But if it was, you think how many 1,000 people been through it? You know, the last several days?
Yeah, that's been, it's like the cornerstone right now, you know this. My rock is getting heavier and more stable. I'm very grateful for those guys. My break, I was broken, eh? I was the break.
They had proof of him being in Rio Rico Saturday night.
Yeah, again, an alibi he provided. Mocking him.
The streets are really looking for.
Wow.
See, I really don't want to just wait and start. This really has helped.
Okay, so fuck Sal.
Honestly, even though nobody views this distracted, my energy and anxiety goes towards trying to think out positive thoughts. You know, you start saying things over and over again, and you really change your way of thinking. And I have it. But this whole severe depression, anxiety, PTSD, bipolar, I'm diagnosed with all of that. So let's go back to it. So yeah, this whole beginning of being sober fucking sucks.
Shut the fuck up, you crybaby bitch. A fucking loser. Fucking cry about it. You sound like fucking. Never mind. Grow the fuck up. Goddamn baby.
So, at this point, to answer your question, like I said, those 4,000 tips that came in, I'm hoping, yeah, JR and 857, I'm hoping that one of those tips is like, oh, we got somebody. But,
yeah, I mean, I think, one, they're going to have to release something.
Narbor is one of the most lovable interviewers on the internet, but what you may not know is that people haven't always loved him. Over his decades of interviewing, a few of his interviewees
The hell?
disrespected him, lied
I can
about
hide
him,
myself on my own channel?